me? Let me put the link in the chat. And then you see the thumbnail, you see the title. You know, you see the title. But besides that, you know, since it's Valentine's Day, let me play my. Hey. Happy Valentine's Day. This is St. Valentine's Dope. You know what it is. 1-3. We don't let none marinate. We get straight to the sauce. Everything saucy. It's time to cook, babe.
Flush your whole half at the Mandalay. I leave you more than work. I'm not your ordinary. Shipping on a boat, coke extraordinary. I leave you more than work. I'm not your ordinary. Shipping on a boat, coke extraordinary. I leave you more than work. I'm not your ordinary. Shipping on a boat, coke extraordinary. I leave you more than work. I'm not your ordinary. Shipping on a boat, coke extraordinary. Second hand glide, but you watch it tick. Drop some mood on a jeweler worth 9 zips. 24 for a dot, bet I'm locked in. 54 gram dope by the 10. Shooters on shooters, play the house then. Ruger, your medulla, stain your outfit. Bad red bone from Wisconsin. Coach your own team, I'm the sponsor. Gave the different flavors, let her mind flex. Hated that's your neighbor, let they mind stress. Let her upgrade her, plus that time X. Fucking see you later, talking about sex. Turn 4 with a 6, that's a wild stretch.
Shout out to Eric. Hey, what up, Project Beamer, what up? We game all night, what up? What up? Link in the chat. You know, I gotta get myself together, man. I had to get myself together, you know. Grab my law book, about to make the coffee, roll up, yeah, shit. You know, link in the chat, man. Y'all wanna pull up, man. Link in the chat. I gotta say like more too, man. Larry, let's go. Let's go. St. Valentine's Dope. Only on YouTube right now on my other channel. Yeah, I'm about to do that now. I ain't gonna lie, Xander is thinking he has no belt, so he isn't on the radar at 154. In fact, Xander need to fix his plan. I agree with you. You can get the Josh Kelly fight, take the fight. If you can get the Josh Kelly fight, take the fight. You know, and it'll prove that, you know, you're controlling your destination. Right now, Xander the big dog. He top dog. WBO, WBA. And if he can secure the Josh Kelly bout, I got Xander beating Kelly. And you got 3 titles. So it's an easy way. You know, Boots Virgil doesn't matter to go for undisputed, but hey. Oh, I gotta do it before the live. Alright, I'm just gonna try it though. No, I just was in a rush. You heard we game all night. I just was in a rush to get it going here, so start cooking. I know I got the Hey, Herb Legend, what up? This is good. This is topic. I think Devin Haney and Slim Jam gonna start. Hey, Herb, you think Dev was smoking? It'll be a good fight. It'll be a great fight. To me, it'll be a great fight. And the reason I say that because, you know, it's like when Devin fight people, his sides are a little bit bigger than him. He has a problem. And I'm going to keep it tall. We might get a Devin versus Ryan type of situation again, just between him and Xander. You know, but Xander got better feet than Ryan. That's one thing I can say. Xander got way better feet than Ryan. She's crazy, you know what I mean? To me. You know, Xander got way better feet than Ryan, but I won't. Listen, one thing, it'll be a good fight. It's one thing I can state, and I know Devin will be more stronger at that weight. But there's a big but. If Devin win, what are you going to do? Because them dogs up there. No, I'm saying Xander footwork is better than Ryan footwork. You feel me? That's what I'm saying. You feel me? We seen the Ryan and Devin situation, so I'm just going by, how Xander footwork is way better than Ryan. So, how can we put this? Shit, I'm going to keep it tall. We might get a Floyd Mayweather Cotto of this generation if they fight. That's how I'm looking at it. If I'm wrong, somebody tell me I'm wrong. But that's how I'm looking at it, Dev in the orthodox stance, even Xander, but Cotto power is just different. But it probably be a little similar into like that fight, which we're gonna get a good fight. We're gonna get a good fight, And I always said Devin always had the heart. He always had the heart. I'm just mad just after the shit they did after the Ryan fight. But he called him a diva, His plans is, if I was Broski, I stick to the plans and get the Josh Kelly bout. Even, bro, you can't make this shit up, man. Even Eddie Hearn talking about this. And to bring Xander over there, to the UK, or even bringing Josh to Puerto Rico, it's a big bout for both fighters, And yes, going over there to Wembley and all that. Yes, man, that's a beautiful motherfucker. Shit, take me over there. I'll be on the undercard. You know what I mean? I'll be the prelim of the prelims. You know what I mean? And I'm going to fight Farrakhan and whoop his ass. You know what I mean? Like, let's make it happen, Captain. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, though. But today's show, we're going to talk about what's on the title, and Xander and Kelly unification bout WBO. WBA, IBF, shit that happens, yes. We're going to talk about Zordo and David Benavidez, you feel me? No interim title, no Mandos. So once the fight is over in May, whoever wins, we're not going to see nobody walk in the ring and say, yo, I'm next. Last thing, Devin Haney should fight Antoine Russell, but he doesn't have star power. I agree with you. But this is the crazy thing I want to know, y'all. It's like star power right now with these people, right? Hey, Herb, I'm glad you bring that up because that's a big ass fight, right? But you'll watch a certain person like a Richard Hitchison and be like, no, well, that's not a big fight. It's not a legacy fight, but I want to fight Cambosis. That's a big fight. Nigga, come here, man. Come here, nephew. Let me coach you. Ven aquí. Siéntate. You mean to tell me Cambosis, it's a fucking big fight and the legacy fight with Gary Antoine Russell not? I'm just saying this is the dumb shit some of these fighters said because he said it before. And I believe, yes, his star power should be way up there, but it's how these people is, being promoted. And on top of that, a lot of these fighters got to promote themselves. They got to start, coming on social media, raising their stakes. People mad because Ryan did it early when it was popping. You can't blame him. Shout out Ellie Setback. I'm going to be real. And people look at Mayweather because of Tank. Ellie Setback, ES News, reporting. Shout out my dog. That motherfucker blew Tank and them niggas up. Tank Devin. Right, listen, why? Because this was the first guy I ever seen when I was on a run. I was getting skinny from the lawn and my PO back in 2014. This was the motherfucker I seen that was fronting the airwaves. You know what I mean? And, shout out to AB. People always call Ellie Setback biased because he fucked with Tank, AB, and them. It's the first time I ever seen Bam Rodriguez. All these niggas, even when them niggas got, man, let me keep my mouth shut. But at the end of the day, it's time, man. It's time. It's about that motherfucking time. We get all of these, the old four kings get to fight each other. You know what I mean? Because yesterday when we broke it down, we only had like Tio and motherfucking Shakur, the new one of the new kings, so we can't put him in that. But we got Ryan and Dev, we got Tank and Brian. All we missing is Devin and Tank, Tio and Devin. You know what I mean? To get that out the way because Shakur is part of the new four kings that I say. And my four kings is Shakur, Keyshawn, Jerron Bull Tennis, and Virgil Ortiz. You know what I mean? But you can do it again, and you can add Xander in there. You can add Fedora. You know, it depends. You know, or some people doing coming up with the new ones. You know, you got like a Floyd Schofield, a motherfucker, Abdullah Mason. You know what I mean? What's my brother name? You can have a Scooter Davis. I'm just talking about all of the youngest up and comers. A Scooter Davis, even a Cormel Moten. That's under that. That's after these four kings. Those the next four kings. You feel me? And hopefully these brothers get to fight each other. And I'm forgetting to put Zaquin Moses in that bracket. You know that'll make it 5 because you see their situation already bubbling up. Cormel and Zaquin, even Cormel and the brother from out the UK. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day. Listen, this shit about to get lit, man. It's about to get lit. A lot of people calling Devin Haney a weight dot, you know, but when you on snacks, you ain't got to fight your mandatories. You can jump up 3 weight classes to fight somebody else. But the key thing I tell people is before it was 17 weight divisions, it was always 8. It was 8 weight divisions. So what you're seeing now ain't nothing new under the sun, man. Now, man, it's like, for instance, if you at 140, 140, 147, 154 was welterweight. You feel me? So a person wasn't jumping up doing shit. It's either you jump from welterweight to middleweight, and that's it. You know what I mean? Because when I was growing up, it was 8 weight divisions. And shout out to Zuffa Boxing, who's bringing back those 8 weight divisions. But while we on Zuffa, you know, if I'm not mistaken, tomorrow, you know, Ife Ajaba versus Charles Martin on Zuffa, you know, we're going to cook on that topic. You know, the 5th topic, shout out Box Lab, shout out Florida's own Box Lab. You know, listen, this kid I'm about to tell you was nice, man. Shout out to Alex Bray, shout out the Bray brothers. They all nice. The Bray brothers nice. I'm trying to listen, man. I've been keeping my eyes on the Bray brothers. I've been keeping my eyes, especially Alex Bray. I've been keeping my eyes, my 2 guys. Darrell Blast, I was saying, and Unstoppable Gomes. You know, these is the, you know, I love these fighters. You know, these young up and coming fighters. These 3 right here, I like them a lot. You know, but shout out Box Lab. You know, Alex Bray versus Rodrigo Cordray. You know, let's make it happen. And you know, we got the rematch, bro. I'm still missing off about that Tio loss. Yeah, hey, low. It's crazy, right? But it's cool though. It's cool, man. You know what I mean? Pull up the link in the chat, man. I'm gonna drop that bitch again. But yeah, man, like, hey, man. You know, but I'm aware of it. You feel me? I'm aware of that shit. It ain't a problem. I'm aware of it. You know, a lot of people say, yo, that wasn't Tio that came to fight. Listen, let me tell y'all something. That boy Shakur was so sharp. You know, everything we asked for, yo, we need the 126 Shakur, we need the 130 Shakur, and we got that motherfucker at 140. You feel me? Against the top dog, you know? And hey, that jab, man. He kept telling me, this is the same thing Rolly kept telling Ryan. I got your number. And Shakur kept telling me, and we seen it. What up? You got it? Hey, Lo, you got it? I know these niggas ain't trying to zap me again. What's up, bro? Yeah, I hear you now, yeah.
Yo, that fucking Tio fight was disappointing as hell, man. I was there live, man. I went in there talking mad shit. I was around a bunch of Shakur fans. I left that joint quiet as a church mouse, man.
Hey, like, bro. You was there in person. How did it look in person when you was watching it?
Well, you know, I didn't have the greatest seat, so I was watching the monitor for the most part. But, you know, I was sitting next to some Shakur fans. At first, I was talking my talk. I remember they were like, yeah, good jab. I'm like, oh, man, Shakur started landing that jab, and Tio couldn't get past. It was disappointing, man. It kind of reminded me of when Barrera beat. No, I'm not going to say that. It wasn't that bad, but he got outboxed, bro. But he didn't take punishment. It's not like he was rocked or anything like that. He didn't knock him down. When he hit him to the body, he kind of tripped over his foot.
Yes, but it was a lot of that. It was a lot of that. Stepping on the foot type stuff. It was a lot of that. But yo,
it was that cut that made it look bad. He was bleeding from that cut. But Tio's face always lump up, you know what I mean? But
that's why I say about the same thing about Virgil Ortiz. The bridge of his nose will always bust open first. But yo, that
Yo, dog, that shit remind me of when Trinidad fought Winky Wright. He couldn't get past that fucking jab. Like, and then he was doing everything wrong. Like, you sitting there leaning to your right with your left hand down. Like, come on, man, what are you doing, bro? You fighting the southpaw, the most elite southpaw in the game. You got to keep that lead hand up so you can you know you got to touch the other man's lead hand and shit to battle for the lead foot.
He wouldn't know so crazy though. He never fought a southpaw like that. You feel me? It's that jab was so superb, it changed his whole game plan. Man.
Yeah, and you know,
why you going here, right? I just want to get what Senior was saying wasn't bad coaching, y'all. What Senior was saying wasn't bad coaching, man. It's that the father son duel is different. You thought Senior gave him any bad advice in the corner?
Hold up. No. I'm on the phone. All right, somebody, hold up. Somebody came down and get me. That's the fight. Oh, so they're good. All right. The boxing workers came to deliver stuff. All right, say no more.
Boxing.
But yeah, man, like Senior, the only highlights I seen, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Senior is good when his son is doing good. But when his son is not doing good, he unravels. And in order for Tio to reach the highest level as far as him getting better, I'm not saying fire your dad, because that's not an easy thing to do. You can keep him around for motivation, but it's time to bring in somebody with more experience. I really like Robert Garcia for him, because Robert Garcia is good. You don't got to change, huh?
I know, but you don't got. I love Robert. I always say that.
You don't got to change Tio, because Tio's gifted. Just add a couple of fundamental things like keeping your jab up, keeping the lead hand up more often. But he needs somebody to give him real good instructions in the corner. You know what I mean? And Robert Garcia, on top of that, at Robert Garcia's gym, he's gonna get elite level work. I don't know who we sparring with right now. I know who Shakur. Shakur is gonna be hard to beat. So is Keyshawn, because them dudes are mentored. They got the fucking, I don't mean to curse. They got the Avengers, bro. They got Floyd, they got Bud, they got Andre Ward.
We got to take Floyd out of the equation, because all we seeing is this is old PBC shit. The fucking Avengers was the Charlo brothers, AB, Floyd, and Tank and them niggas. Know what I mean? And this is what these brothers trying to do now. All we just seeing the top rank game that never got the exposure. You feel me? We're going to keep it real. But there's a way. Keyshawn is a lick and Shakur is a lick. And if y'all people are true boxing fans, when you watch a person that fight a little tall and only bend their knee, you understand me? I'm standing in the southpaw position. Best way to beat Shakur is keep your feet. Any southpaws to keep your feet on the outside. How you take away the jab? Just hit the arms, man. It's a 12 round.
And from what I heard, Tio did have another trainer. He had what's the nigga name that he trained a lot of people too. Yeah. He had somebody
corner too, like that was on the outside. But I know who you talking about. If I'm not mistaken, ain't the brother from McKinley?
Tracy McKinley. Yeah. And from what I heard, they had a good game plan, but Tio threw it out the window. I don't know what happened to. Yeah, like I said, every fighter could be. Listen, man, every fighter can be beaten. Even the ones that haven't lost, they just ain't find somebody. They're human beings at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And I've seen Shakur have a tougher fight with Concept Sal, who was cracking him with that left hook, bro. But it is what it is. What I don't like is how niggas is talking like everybody gonna watch Tio. Like, nigga, not everybody gonna do that to Tio.
Listen, I'm glad everybody talking highly of Shakur, because nigga, you gotta go back and fight De Los Santos. De Los Santos beat you. I'm not trying to hear you hurt your hand, because you ain't throw a punch to hurt your hand, bro. And listen, this is the key thing. All you gotta do is just watch the fight. Just watch the fight. De Los Santos was on his ass, man. De Los Santos won that motherfucking fight and got robbed.
You know what's crazy though? It would have been better for boxing for Tio to win, because Tio would have moved up to 147. He would have fought Dev. Now we got Shakur, and I like Shakur. I'm gonna root for him, because if you beat my favorite fighter, I want you to be great, because I don't want my favorite fighter to lose. I don't want my fighter to lose to somebody and then that person lose. Like, example, when Tito lost to B-Hop, I'm glad B-Hop turned out to be the legend that he was. You know what I mean? Yeah. Tito lost to Cambosos. He turned out to be a bum. I don't mean to say that, but it is what it is.
I'm gonna be real.
He,
I think he got robbed in that fight, Lo. I thought he got
yeah,
robbed in that fight.
but he also had issues though in that fight.
Yeah, he had a
But
lot of issues. He had a lot. He definitely had a lot. But
what's
I'm gonna
next
be
for
real.
Tio though? What you think should be next for Tio?
I'm gonna be real. What should be next for him is getting his lick back with Gambosis.
I was thinking that at first. I was like, Cambosa already got stopped multiple times, two
Nah,
times, but
but you need
that's
that
the
lick
only.
back. Unless Matias, if he go to
Nah,
147,
nah,
who?
nah, nah, nah,
No?
nah, nah. I don't like that. I'm gonna tell you why, right? Matias got put to sleep already, right? And Tio beating Matias, right? You fight Matias, now you're gonna have the pressure of you gotta outdo Dalton Smith, and I don't think he could. I think Tio beats him,
No,
but
Dalton, listen. Dalton Smith, listen. I'm gonna keep it real. You gotta take it from the champion. That stoppage with Matias was premature. Because all you gotta do is go back, rewatch the fight, just watch it. Dalton Smith lays in the third, going back into the corner, and in the fourth. When you pay attention, he's not a second half fighter. You feel me? Tio will wash that nigga. Majority every champion at 140 gonna wash you. I'm telling y'all.
no,
Listen.
no, I'm talking about Sabria. Sabria, I don't want Tio
I
to
know.
fight Sabria. If
Yeah,
Tio stay at 140, I'll take Cambosos as a tune-up because because nowadays people are not paying for tune-ups. Cambosos is the tune-up that they would pay for because they have history. Cambosos beat Tio even though it was close. So that's a good one for him. And I think Tio 100% dialed in should be able to get him out of there inside 6 rounds. So if he stays at 140, I'll take the Dalton Smith right now, even off the loss. I got
yeah,
Tio Washington, Dalton Smith.
early.
But that's another good fight right there too, Dalton Smith. This is if
Well,
he stays at 140.
at
Now
147, if you move up.
at 147, I think Brian Norman Jr. is a good one. Two guys coming off of a loss. Two guys were outboxed. They weren't really beaten up and knocked out. It's a dangerous fight because Brian Norman can punch, but he also plays into Tio's style as well with the counter punching. But the
Yes.
difference is that it could be tough potential because the thing about Tio, he doesn't really tie you up. He moves around a lot, and if he fights with his back on the ropes like he did with what's his name Claggett, he can
Yes.
get hurt. See,
Yes, he can.
Devin Haney will clinch you and get out of it. But if Tio moves around the ring, keeps it in the center of the ring in the circle like he did with Barbosa, he can whitewash Brian Norman, possibly clip him. You know what I mean? That's
Easy.
another option. Another
Easy.
option for Tio at 147 will be Liam Powell.
I was about
Who
to
only
say
got one
that.
loss. Liam Powell's a good option. You know what I mean? He only got one loss. He's a former champion. But those are all hard fights depending on how Tio shows up. But you still got to take something. And people writing them off right now. All Tio needs is a good comeback win and a nice big upset win, and he's back on top, just like that. Remember, Devin Haney was being clowned. He got beat up by Ryan Garcia. He had a bad performance against Jose Ramirez, and then he had all that craziness going on outside the ring with the nonsense. And then he had one good upset win, and Devin Haney's back. And to Devin Haney's credit, he is Debo. Because he calling for niggas. Nobody want to fight him. Shakur talking about we got to meet at a catch weight or rehydration clause. You know, Xander Zayas is fighting, is calling for Josh Kelly. And I think Xander Zayas got a good shot at Devin Haney, too.
Yeah, listen, I got Xander beating Dev. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all something, man. I seen this shit a long time ago with Devin. I seen it in the tape sparring, bro. He got the heart.
He does.
Everybody he fight. You feel me? Everybody he fought that he really was small. Everybody that's his size on up. For instance, Ryan Garcia whooped his ass. But let's go back to the Brian Norman fight. If you take that knockdown in the second round away, how did the fight go? His second half, Norman came back from the third on up. You see, once Devin got that knockdown, he started clinching the whole fight. Jab, clinch, overhand, clinch. Like, come on. Listen. Devin Key showing to be a banger. You know, I'm gonna go with Key. But one thing, like how people big on Dev, I'm not. I see it. I'm not. And to keep it real, to keep it tall, if Devin Haney can't secure none of them fights, right? Shit, why not give Tio the opportunity just to put him on your resume? You know, if they give him an opportunity again for a title shot, you know, because what I took out, because for me personally, the promotion was horrible, and I felt still once T.O. got into that arena, he was fighting the whole system. Just
But I
because
don't like.
but people talking about the racist shit he said, but I was talking about the Turkey tweet. He called Turkey a dictator. I always stated he's fighting an uphill system. Why? Because they never ranked him in the ring. Remember, they never had him pound for pound when he should have been pound for pound. Now that Shakur won, he's there, but Shakur should have automatically moved there. You feel me? Because if Usyk became undisputed in 2022, anyway became 23 after T.O. T.O. went up, beat Josh Taylor in 23 and became 2-time lineal champion.
They don't like T.O., bro.
You feel me? T.O. should have secured that number 2 spot in the pound for pound division. That's what he should have did, and they should have kept that shit. But now how they ranking Shakur up high, I don't like that. Because y'all never put T.O.
And the thing is, like I said, a lot of the shit T.O. did to himself as well. I got to keep it a beat. That's my fighter and all that, but I'm going to critique you.
Sarcastic and funny, doing dumb shit.
Yeah, like I said before, I'm the type of person, Lou, where you my friend, right? If you do something out of pocket, I'm going to tell you about it. Even if you're my man, since I'm your friend, I got to tell you the truth. So, T.O., the stuff he does outside the ring as far as the race baiting, the monkey, the banana, all that shit he was saying. Right?
That's sarcastic shit.
And then his style of trash talk is corny. You're inviting a man to your private parts, right? Like, if he comes back, I want him to come back more mature. I'm not saying don't be confident. You got to be confident. But don't come back like, oh, I'm the greatest, or this guy's a bum. I'm going to give you an example. Remember when they had Showbiz sitting with Shakur watching the T.O. fights, right? Yes. Shakur sitting there breaking it down like, yeah, he got hit right there. Oh, he looks good right here, whatever. When they had T.O. in Showbiz, T.O. just sitting there acting cocky like, oh, he ain't nobody. There's nothing. It's easy. Look what he's doing. Like, come on, my nigga. Be serious, bro. Watch the fucking fighter and analyze him. When you come back. This is the attitude I want to see with T.O. when he come back. I made some mistakes. I'm coming back better than ever. Ain't nobody gonna beat me, and that's that. No more of them jokes. I don't want to hear them jokes no more. I don't want to hear none of that shit, bro. Come back mature. If Rolly was able to mature, brother, you can mature too. If you gotta go and find God, go and find God, bro. You know what I mean? Even Keyshawn found God. God bless him. And he's Keyshawn a little crazy. He's a little crazy, but Keyshawn more mature too. Right now, Keyshawn is looking like a certified killer. Keyshawn give me the Bud Crawford vibes. And what I mean by that, Keyshawn's going to be the guy that's going to stop the guys that nobody can stop. In other words, you put Keyshawn with Pitbull, I got Keyshawn knocking him out. Anybody that's durable, Keyshawn, he putting them in the dirt.
Nah, I'm going to be real. That shit was late, man. That Jermaine Ortiz, like, I like Key a lot. For Key to give me that Bud Crawford feel again, he got to go with Bomac. He got to go back to Bomac. You know what I mean? Even though his trainers now got Key back to being amazing, but the reason Dev ain't calling out Rolly, we all know why. But at the end of the day, like, I agree with you on T.O. He said he found God and stuff, but the key thing is, it's maturing. And what I get about maturing is, we look at all of these fighters, y'all, but we got to be mindful. A lot of these fighters don't.
Hold on one second. Excuse me. Let me see which man.
They always in the gym.
That's not today, bro. That's not today's color.
My son is a fighter. Where he at now? He in the gym. He go to work, gym. So these kids trying to live their life doing other things is, once you working and creating your mental to become a superstar, and when you become a pro fighter to make $100,000, $200 million, this is your mindset. And a lot of, to me personally, I think a lot like from Keyshawn to T.O., since they never got a chance to enjoy their youth, they still, their mindset is still,
a lot of fighters didn't enjoy their youth. A lot of fighters didn't have a regular childhood. Why do you think? Hold on one second. Why do you think a lot of fighters, right? For instance, they date whores, right? They date whores. Or 437, what else?
437 16.
16. 22. 292. Why do you think a lot of fighters be dating these social media models, right? Because growing up as kids, oh, are you good? All right, come on. Growing up as kids, right? They didn't have social lives. They
Facts.
wasn't out there mingling and stuff like that. They were going to the gym and back, right? So they didn't have a regular childhood. He gonna take care of you. They didn't have a regular childhood, so they wasn't out there active. They wasn't out there meeting shorties, whatever. So now that they're up and up, they're doing good in life. They're getting women throwing themselves at them that wasn't in their lives before. So now this is brand new to them. Why do you think
Mhm.
Devin Haney, right? Devin Haney could meet a good woman, and he dating that girl. What is she? She a stripper or she a backpage girl, something like that, right? Look at Shakur Stevens saying, I'm not shitting on Shakur, because Shakur, to his credit, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe Shorty did change her life because she seemed like a solid girl right now. But even look at her background. She was dating rappers. Look at the type of girls that these niggas be meeting. Like, and then you take other people like Danny Garcia, for instance. Danny Garcia, you can tell Danny Garcia did not have an issue meeting women before he was on. Because, you know, Danny Garcia is a handsome guy. He's a young guy. He know how to carry himself. He's more mature. You feel me? So Danny Garcia, and mind you, Danny Garcia's girl, his wife, excuse me, that's the woman that was with Danny from the beginning. You dig what I'm saying? Danny didn't meet her when he got rich. There's
Yeah.
a difference. These dudes is meeting girls when they're on the up and up. Tio met that girl on the airplane, right? And she met him while he's boxing. And look at
Yeah.
the shit he going through, you know. And I hope they work it out. So with that being said,
If you breaking down, Tank going through the same thing.
yeah,
You meet a thought in the club, and this is the shit you go through, bro.
yeah, this is the woman you wife, and like, bro, you can meet somebody, but this is what they know because once again, they did not have the social skills. They wasn't growing up with that type of experience. So now this is
Shout out
so
Keyshawn. No, if I'm not mistaken, ain't Keyshawn came in the game with the girl he's with now too, right? You know, we see.
I don't know. I
I
don't know.
know.
He got a kid.
I don't know if he left that girl because remember Shakur was messing with the what's the brother that he would
The
fight
boxer
that
girl.
he
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Joey Gonzalez's
I
sister.
know.
Yeah,
Gonzalez
yeah,
sister, yeah. You
yeah.
know, and that,
But
and
but
that was good for him too. Shorty right now cool for
but,
him, but
but you know, to
everything you
Shakur's
said
credit,
correct. These niggas bite
to
the
Shakur's
hole.
credit, he did turn Lyric Michelle into a good woman, though. I got to give him that because so far they look like they did. They're married. They got a beautiful
Yeah.
daughter. So give a shout out to them. You know
And
what I
I'm
mean?
gonna keep it real. Like, bro, like I never heard like the chick lyric Michelle. I just seen her with NBA YoungBoy. Know what I mean? But
That's
you
what
know,
I know her for too.
people take pictures and shit, but I don't know her story. You feel me? I don't listen to her. I don't know her story. So you know, I'm gonna keep it real. I still thought that was Joette Gonzalez's sister and shit. So I had to really backtrack and say, oh, that ain't the girl. I thought she got a face change and shit. I was tripping. You know, I be slipping a lot, man. Can't blame me. You know, but
Yeah.
it's the truth, man. You got to be careful. You know, the woman you get. You know, because a lot of women. Listen, once a millionaire walk in that club, you become a walking lick. Especially these
Yeah,
fighters.
you're the ticket.
Fighters,
You're the ticket, bro.
you know what I mean? They be too
Yeah,
cool
man.
with it. It's just be crazy. You know, your wife anything. You know, shit. Dev had baby on you in the pool with Puff. You know what I mean? Wild
Oh,
nights. Bill
that's
was
a
all
whole
in the
nother.
back.
That's a whole nother conversation right there. Like it's not just him. Like he's doing that was
All
in
of it.
pictures, but there's a lot
You,
of that
you ain't
is
see
just
how
I
Puff
said.
picked Tank up. He picked Tank up and kicked him on the head. Nigga.
You seen that?
All of
Yeah.
these people, man. All of these fighters. But that's one thing I can say. I never seen Shakur there. Never seen
No,
Shakur
no. Teal's definitely not with that shit. Teal's once
there.
again, Teal. Yeah, he's not with all that. You know what I mean? He got to bounce back with a big win, bro. At the end of the day,
Never seen Boots, never seen none of those brothers there, you know. So even though they was still up and coming at the time, but Bud was Bud still at the time. He just never got his opportunities, you know. And supposedly when he finally got the opportunity and break, you see what happened. He retired. But you know, I can feel him on that, you know, and the reason I feel Bud on that because we watching a lot of fighters sell their soul. And when he the last interview he did, and that guy talking about the guy Crowder talking about 100 million and stuff. Bud watched Canelo sell his soul the day they signed that contract, sitting in that motherfucking office with Turkey at that dinner. Bud seen that shit, and that's one thing he said. Like, I mean, I'm not doing that because I know the outcome. I know the outcome. Because if we go 12, y'all gonna try to give me my first loss. Y'all gave me the benefits and the accolades to become 3-time undisputed. But I always wanted be real. Everybody really wanted to be a pay-per-view star. You want to make that motherfucking money. A lot of people wanted to hold that WBC belt. But when certain fighters didn't get that opportunity and chance because a certain promotional company kept blackballing them and lying to them, sometimes you got to take accountability on yourself because you had the opportunity in 2018 to sign with PBC. You feel me? But you never got, like, you got a shot at the WBC and all of that at 140 and stuff. But you never showed the world that you still was amongst the great at 140 because you never defended your undisputed status. And the people that you fought, let's keep it real, was really nobody's. But at 140 when you was down there, yes, Mikey Garcia, Adrian Broner, Danny Garcia, all them niggas was down there. Even when you moved to 147, you had an opportunity in 2018. But you chose, well, you got lied to because you thought you was going to get the Pacquiao fight at 140, even at 147 when you re-signed the contract, and you end up fighting a bum-ass nigga named Jeff Horn. You know, and then people don't give him his credibility because they always say, well, he always fought somebody injured. Me personally, you're not an injured person if you're going through training camp, you're sparring, you're going through this, and you're getting back in. Like I'm going to use Spence for an example. Everybody used Spence car accidents, right? Well, Spence came back, he beat Danny, right? Which everybody thought, you know, it could have won a draw or Danny won. I thought when he fought Porter, I thought Porter beat Spence. But in that fight, I knew I said, damn, if he fight and Bud beat him.
So let me ask you something real quick. You got a computer?
Yeah.
Do you have a gaming computer, like a gaming laptop or a gaming PC?
No, my laptop does that though. Wow, what's up?
It's a gaming laptop?
Yeah.
What kind of graphic card you got?
I ain't big on that, but I don't know. It's just all types of shit on there.
I'm asking you this because they got the new Fight Night zone, but it's only on the PC.
Yeah, okay.
That's the one that I posted. They got all of today's fighters in there. That shit is explicit.
Yeah, I gotta check it out.
Nigga, I was fighting yesterday. I was boots against Virgil Ortiz, man.
Hey, my guy, we game all night on here. Like we got another community, a gaming community too. Like, you know, we need commentators for boxing and shit. His joint be popping. Check him out, you know. And we all linked together, bro. You know, I always push you out there too to the world, you know. I always see my guy coming here with the facts.
I don't be as active as I should, whatever, because you know, some be busy at work and I'm still setting my shit up. Like I don't pump out videos every day like that, but I gotta be more active with it though. You know what I mean?
You got to. You know, everybody know you though, Lo. Everybody in the game know you though, bro. Everybody know you. You know what I mean? So you got to pump more out. And that Skills.
Skills my man. But yeah, that's my nigga right there. Me and him, we arguing about boxing. Yeah, we arguing about.
You know what you should do though, Lo? Every fight that comes up, you should do a prediction with O. That'd be great. That'd be great. Yeah, I hear you.
Yo, what do you think about Old Ass Rider's new project?
Oh, I know. Oh, that's right. He right around the block for me. No, shit. That this is heavy. That shit real is heavy. That shit.
Yeah,
heavy.
It is. But the whole tape is good.
I like it. It could have been better.
Yeah, it's not better than Tales from Kensington 2.
Oh. Listen, once I get off house arrest, or when I'm driving, like tomorrow, if I drive down F Street and see the niggas, I'm gonna like, no, nigga, I got the beats. Yo, we all know each other, you know what I mean? But niggas don't see me because I'm on house arrest right now. But bro, I got some beats for motherfuckers, man. I sent Dark Glow a bunch of beats. Erna, I sent a Pound Side Pop. I sent a bunch of niggas beats, you know what I mean? Because they all my homies, you know what I mean? Especially their dads and shit. You know, but yeah, Roddy.
I seen a picture you posted. I seen a picture that you posted, and you had a lot of like rappers and like dudes in it that that I seen in videos. Cause I listen to like rap, like I don't listen to commercial rap like that. I listen to like niggas that I fuck with a lot of Philly artists. You know what I mean? The Philly rappers for me, they still rap like in 2010, 2005, but niggas that actually rap. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I listen to shit like Old Ass Rider. I like Leaf Ward. You know what I mean? Leaf Ward is nice.
Leaf,
You know,
Albie, Jersey, you know, I listen to Albie Al. Me is Albie
I'll be
Al,
out
Leaf,
good too.
Ryder, myself. You know, I listen to the whole OBH gang. You know what I mean? Cause
I
they my
like
niggas.
OBH when they were all together, bro. When they were, man, this man knows where I'm at, man.
You know, they
Pardon me,
my
come on,
homies
they
and
work.
shit.
Yeah, like OBH, when they were all together, that was the shit like,
Hey,
Shy Money, yo. Shy
hey.
Money was nasty. I don't care what anybody say. Shy Money was nice as shit.
It
Huh?
was, you know, yeah, all them
Gre-
niggas, man. You
Greasy
know,
Baguette is my nigga too.
Leak came home. When Leak first came home and started rapping, I was like, dang, this motherfucker about to fuck the game up. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah. Lee kind of remind me. He kind of remind me of a Styles P type of rapper
Thank
in a
you.
way.
You just took the words right out of my mouth.
He
So
more of a Styles
everything from the PO fights to now, you just took all the words out of my mouth, Lo. The PO fight and Pyro, Brian Norman, and even, you know,
Cambosos.
Leak remind you of a Styles P. That's how I look at it. Because Leak can
Yeah,
rap fast off.
yeah, man. It's crazy. We went from talking
I
about boxing to talking
realized
about hip hop.
the whole thing,
There
you
was a
know?
Puerto Rican nigga out there too that was down with OBH. That he was alright also, man.
Yeah. Read.
Goonie Gang, yeah, bro. I
Read.
had some of his old shit. The nigga could sing. He could do hooks. He
Oh,
could
yeah, for
rap.
sure.
He
Yes, he
talented
does.
as shit, but he just not active like that, man. You know what I mean?
All right. Like Dark Low Neef, like we came in through Dark Low. So when you watch all the Dark Low videos, when he in the Badlands, the Porter, they my peoples. When you see him in all the
All right,
videos
so
with the Porter,
all right,
they,
there's
they
a
got
Puerto
my
Rican
people.
kid. There's
And
a
then
Puerto Rican. There's a video I seen with Dark Lord, right? An old video where he's in Badlands. 'Cause my grandmother used to live out there. And there's
yeah,
a Puerto Rican nigga that I see him now and he's rapping now, but he was in the video as a kid, and I recognize him. Can't remember his name. I think his name is Mugga or something like that.
well, I gotta check him out. But like
Beans, Beans Mugga, something like that.
the bald headed guy you see on Dark Low videos popping pills on, that's my cousin that passed away, PIP Wax. You see him on a Dark Low and Benny the Butcher video, cutting Benny hair. You know, because my cousin was dark, so we three niggas, but at the time my cousin was Dark Low, LBH, majority everybody barber, you know, and majority everybody in the city, nigga, everybody in the city know my cousin Wax. Everybody used to get their hair cut from me. You know, he going buy juice off him and shit. But you know, they all used to pull up, man. For me, like I know Dark Low, like we know each other just because of my cousin-in-law Ro. When Dark Low mentioned Ro, that's my little cousin's dad. He was getting major money out here, you know.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah,
met
next
them
time I'm out there,
at the
I
game.
gotta hit you up when I'm out there. We can link up, whatever. Cause my little cousin be out there. He boxing, little Ethan. You know what I mean? That's my
Yeah,
cousin's son. Yeah, Ethan Badlands, baby.
you come down, you definitely got a link, Lo. We definitely got a link. Cause like when I
Yeah,
came home 2013, you punch it up, Louis 13 and OBH. You will see me when I came home. Shout out my man Gone Pounce. I popped that. As soon as I come home, they introduced me to the nigga Young Chop. I put a OBH Goonie Gang shirt on and everything. And I just was rapping. It's me and Yous rapping and shit. It's me and Yous and my cousin rapping. Boom. And then that's me just seeing the CEO of OBH in the background. You know, everything was like real street shit. It wasn't on some music shit. Like we really linked. Like we some good brothers, bro. They're good people,
so
man.
I've
Ad
had
had a
some.
good heart, Uncle on everybody, bro.
The
Yeah.
last few tapes. Yeah, this man loud where I'm at, bro. My bad. I'm around
Don't
trucks and
worry, I
shit.
ain't worried about that.
Yo,
This shit on, baby. Don't worry about that.
the last few tapes that Ab did, come in, man. The last few tapes that Ab did was crazy. When he did the protocol Jones.
Yeah, protocol. My favorite ad joint mud music, bro. I don't know. That shit reminded me of the recession. Cause I came home from upstate. That's the first joint I heard was mud music. That whole album. That's when he went up. I was coming home, bro. When I heard that shit, I was like, damn. And I'm in a halfway house, so every time I'm calling my cousin, Lowe's, Gome, all them niggas, they dear. So that's who I'm talking to. And Gone was like, nigga, when you touch, like when you get out that joint, we got you. And when I got out that joint, the motherfuckers was there for me, man. You know, they was there. You know, they was definitely there. You know, when you put your logo on, but me, my setbacks was jail. So that's why my music never took off. My setbacks was always jail. Always jail. Always jail. And at the time when the DVD era was popping, like my baby mom at the time, the lady I was married to at the time, a lot of niggas was on the top. So you know how these corny niggas be all tender dick trying to blackball a nigga. Why? Because the chick that I'm with, y'all try to grab, but I end up grabbing her. You know what I mean? At that time, you know, during the DVD era, well, late, niggas was trying to put me on. But like when Headshots was popping, I was locked up. I was doing 4.5 years. You know what I mean? But they all knew me. When they come to the jails, they knew me. They knew me. They knew that little nigga June. Like, yeah, Louis, the boy June, that little Puerto Rican curly head motherfucker. By the time I had wavy hair.
You ever boxed before?
Hey, Lo, I was in there bombing on niggas. You talking work, baby. Meet the connect. Huh?
Do you got a boxing history? You ever boxed before or been to a gym or whatever?
Oh, me? Now, all right. Yeah. You know, me growing up, you know how the 90s was, Lo. I don't give a fuck what city you was in. You know, the late 80s, early 90s, man, that shit was popping. You know, the streets got a hold of me. But at the end of the day, I don't know if y'all know Padman. People in Philly know who Padman is. You know, we went to Joe Hand's gym. We used to pop up in Joe Hand's gym. We used to pop up on the front street gym when it used to be on front of Clearfield. We used to go in there. Padman, shout out, rest in peace, Padman. Padman, he's on Creed and shit, but Padman, he used to be with Nassim Richardson and all them. Padman used to come around and just have the whole block training and shit. You feel me?
Padman is the dude that was in the Creed movie, the one I was saying in the past, that's holding the past.
Yeah. So, okay. So we all used to South. You know how back in the day, kids, we grow up. That Harry Wright we used to lead with. So that's when he changed our stat. Now he like, nah, you can't fight like that. No, since you right-handed, your power hand come back here, you fight orthodox. You feel me? A conventional stance. So now we all like this. But at the time, a lot of us used to keep our hands like this and fight like this. You feel me? Always put all our weight on our back foot. That's how a lot of Philly niggas used to fight with the Philly shell and shit like this. Then he taught us the half a man. And then I ended up meeting Earl. When I was in jail, I met Earl. He was a champion, like an intern champion. He's from Champion's Gym. I met Earl, and Earl used to train me. Now, man, okay. The shit was so nasty, you know, big Philly, New York, Michigan, Ohio. You walk out the door, you rumbling. You feel me? So
check your DM. I sent you. Check your DM. That was when I was out there. That's when I went out there for the boots fight. Those are my cousins. The one next to me, the boy with the glasses, that's my cousin. And the little one next to me with the afro, that's his son. That's Ethan. He's an amateur boxer out there in Philly. He's doing good too. You know what I mean?
I see you before. They all know my son. My son cool with all of them.
Yeah. Ethan Badass Burger. That's my little cousin.
All right.
And Dad, that's my cousin.
Yeah. My son looking good right now, man. He looking good. That little motherfucker looking good right now at this weight class, man. I'm glad he back down to his weight. He trying to get the 144 right now, you know. But you know how it is, you know, when you go out, eat, want to enjoy yourself, be with people, shit happens. Yeah. You know, I always tell them the cheat code. I'm like, bro, eat some ice. Eat some ice. Eat some ice. And sometimes I gotta be well aware, you know, shout out his coach. I don't know if you know Terrence K.O. Lewis, one of the top ranked heavyweights back in the 90s that came out of Philadelphia. That's his thing, you know. But sometimes in my head, I gotta be mindful, is like, you know, heavyweights don't really cut weight. You feel me? So they don't
maintain that discipline. In that picture I sent you in the background, that was the gym from Rocky's, Mighty Mix.
Yeah.
That's the gym that was Mickey's gym in Rocky in the background. That picture I sent you.
Yeah, that's the joint that used to be under the L, right?
Yeah, that's right there. That day we went over there because we went to me and my boy Lolo, the other nigga that's with us, like he's from New York. We went to the boots fight, so we were trying to get a cheesesteak and Angelo's that day, but the cheesesteak and Angelo's, the line was too big. So I called my cousin. I'm like, damn, I want to get some from Angelo's. So he said, "Now come over here and put you onto another spot." So he put me onto a spot called Stelios, which is right there, which is right on that block. So that's how I met up with my cousins right there and shit. And we took that pic.
All right. Yeah, you gotta you ain't tasted Joey Molino cheesesteaks yet?
Yeah. Out here, he came out here for the when they had the Italian feast that they do every year in September, the St. Gennaro Festival. He had a stand out here. It was crazy too. Yeah, yeah. I had it out here. It's the same shit out there as well. Cause they came out here and they were grilling and they did it.
I don't eat meat, but I tried that shit. I said, dang, this joint popping. Sorry, I ain't gonna eat it again. Know what I mean? I just I got it from my wife and my son and shit. Got children and shit.
You know what I noticed though? Everybody, what I don't like is that everybody that's new, that's coming out with cheesesteaks, they're all copying Angelo's. They're doing the same shit. They're doing the seeded roll with the Cooper sharp cheese. Like, come on, bro, be original. You know what I mean? Like me personally, I don't do Wiz. The only time I fuck with Wiz is when I go to gym. Cause the spots I go to, like when I'm in Philly, my go-to spots is Angelo's. I fuck with gyms down South Street. I still fuck with Max's. And I used to do the joint on Lehigh and Kensington. 1 pound Lucky's. Remember that one?
Lucky's.
Yeah. I used to go there on a late night trip. You know what I mean?
Lower bad lane represented for real.
Yeah, nigga. Lucky's was my shit, bro. It's crazy. One time yeah, I mean, they fuck off now. You know what I mean? Huh?
I said, my strip, when I was in the streets getting money, that shit right there.
Yeah, it's funny because, one time I was with a shorty and she was like, yo, let's do something random. So I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'm going to take you to Philly, I'm going to take you to the cheesesteak. It was like 10 o'clock at night. She was like, what the fuck is this? We see this dope heads walking around all over the place and shit like that. This is like, I got years over here, my family over there. I'm good, don't worry about it. So we went to Lucky's, we ate there. And then I started going to Max's, though. I went to De La Sandra before, too. De La Sandra is decent. The only thing is they cut the meat up so thin, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I definitely got to try. I definitely got to go back to Joey's, Skinny Joey's.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's on fire, man. Joey's on fire. Got the new paper ramp. It's on fire.
Meeks, man, got a spot too, but I ain't fucking with it. Cause at the end of the day, even though I ain't got nothing against them niggas, I'm loyal to my friends. Oskino's my nigga, so because on the strength of that, I'm not going to both spots. Huh? Nah, nobody else came in. Yeah, on the strength of I'm not fucking with Cardinals. You know what I mean? Cause if you my man, I rock with you. If I rock with you, I'm not rocking with your ops. You know what I mean? But I did hear that Garcia spot is high.
That shit used to be like a Chinese joint back in the day.
Yeah, that's Chinatown.
Chinese people used to own it and shit. I don't know. I heard it's cool. I heard them burgers was fire too. I heard this shit too. I heard that shit.
There's a spot I want to try. There's a spot I want to try. I've been meaning to try. It's old school.
Yeah, Gooey Louis. What? And Lowe's, no. Gooey Louis, listen, Gooey Louis better than Ishkabibbles to me.
I never did Ishkabibbles. You know that, right? I'm maxed out at the time. I'm fucking with Max. Nah, you gotta do Ishkabibbles. Man.
Ishkabibbles, they got this drink that's crazy, but I take Max's over Ishkabibbles. It depends. It's what you like. You feel me? But Gooey Louis, that shit better than Ishkabibbles to me.
Max's is good, but there's a couple of times when Max's is. It depends on who's cooking. It depends on the mood of the chef. Because one time I went over there and the person behind the grill was in a bad mood. You know what I mean? Because they wanted to watch the football game, but they couldn't really watch the game because there was too many customers coming in. So the nigga kept cooking, and he was cooking with a bad mood, with a bad attitude. And because of that, the cheesesteak didn't come out good because he's making my steak. Right? So I told him, I don't want no mayonnaise because I don't fuck with mayonnaise. So then he's like, all right. So he's making the cheesesteak, whatever, and he made the cheesesteak before mine with mayonnaise. So he using his same glove that he used the mayonnaise and put it in my cheesesteak. So when he gave me the cheesesteak, there was a little bit of mayonnaise on the bread. I'm like, yo, bro, I said no mayonnaise. He said, there's no mayonnaise. I said, yes, there is. There's a little bit of mayonnaise right there on the edge of the bread. He's like, oh, I can wipe it off. No, I don't want you to wipe it up. I want a whole new sandwich. I don't want no fucking mayonnaise. You know what I mean? So, but then he got mad and he threw the bread to the side. And he made me another cheesesteak, and then it didn't come out good. You know what I mean? Because they say when you cook with love, in a good mood, it come out good. You feel me?
Yes. A lot of
So that's
people don't know that. A lot of people
yeah.
don't know that.
It's
When
like
you
when you
cook,
fight
you
with your
cook with
girl.
love, it come out
Yeah.
good.
It's like when your shorty cooks for you. When y'all just had an argument. It's not gonna come out good. You know what I mean?
Facts. That's a fact.
But Max is
Hey,
Max
yo,
is
what you
don't
think
get me
about
wrong.
that Oscar Collazo and Melvin rematch?
Huh?
What you think about Collazo and his Melvin Jerusalem rematch? You like Oscar Collazo as a fighter? You be tuned
Yeah,
into it?
he's pretty good. Yeah, he's pretty good. I gotta see more of him though.
Yeah.
I actually got him
You
on my pound list, like at number 10.
you ever check out the kid Alex Bray?
No,
The Bray brothers from out like Florida and shit. You ever heard of them?
nah.
Check them brothers out. They nice. I like Alex Bray. You know, he signed the Box Lab. Box Lab, they got this kid over there named Roberto Raul Rivera Gomes. You know what I mean? They call him Unstoppable Gomes, Killer Gomes. Bro, go check this kid out, bro. Oh my God, man. I like him a lot. Like him, Blast Val Saint, and this kid Alex Bray. Bro, I like them a lot, bro. I've been watching them like for the last, going on 3 years. Like Blast and Bray, the Bray brothers, I've been watching them past the last 3 years.
You remember Gary Starks? Old school fighter named Gary Starks?
I heard of him. I heard of him.
Yeah, yeah. He be in New York in my gym too, man. He be in my gym and shit.
You know,
But
Eric
Bill, oh,
Kelly the GOAT. You know, Eric Kelly the GOAT to me. You know, I know,
that's my nigga.
I know
Yeah.
Eric a lot.
Yeah. Fucking Bill Haney was in the gym the other day. I had a conversation with Bill Haney too, right? So I seen him. And I was like, "Yo, Bill, what you thought about that fight?" This is Bill being Bill. This is not Bill on promoter mode. Like I talk to Bill when I see him on some regular shit. He's not acting like the way he be on TV. So
Yeah,
Bill,
no, down to earth
you know,
conversation. He's one of us.
yeah. So you know, I Bill be that king. So he be like, "Yo, king, man." I was disappointed. I'm like, "What you thought about it?" He said, "Listen, I've been around them kids since they were small, all of them. I would never thought that fight would have been one sided because my son done sparred Devin, Tio, Tank, all of them, and we all know what level they're on." He was like, "I don't know how the fuck Tio didn't get past that jab. I gotta make a phone call to senior because you know I'm cool with seniors, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I heard." He was like, "Yo, man, I want Tio to bounce back because he's still on the list, but we're not trying to fight him off of a loss. We want Tio to bounce back so we can fight him, but we want him to bounce back. I wish him the best, whatever. I definitely got to call his dad up and shit." That's what Bill was telling me when I spoke to him.
That's breaking news, y'all. That's what's up.
Cause you know Bill's cool. Bill's cool with
Because a
seniors.
lot of
With
people,
Tio senior.
you gotta keep it tall. A lot of people know that wasn't Tia. You know,
That's
but
what Bill told me.
sometimes, man,
Bill told me, yo. Bill said going into that fight, I could see a fight where Tio could win, and I was also able to see a fight where Shakur could win. But damn, I didn't think it'd be like that. Like he didn't even leave. He kept telling me Shakur didn't even have to leave first gear. Like, come on, man, that's not good fighting like that. He said that's not good though, man. I don't know what the fuck happened. He was like, yo, I gotta call Senior and talk to them people, man, because we want Tio to bounce back. Cause Tio's still on the list, but
power
we
of
want
God,
Tio
y'all.
up and up.
No, that shit was crazy. And that's what. See, listen. You know how many Puerto Ricans was happy that day? It was like, nigga, you
Yeah.
say you beat Puerto Ricans all of the time, nigga. You know what I mean? Puerto Ricans was happy.
Yeah, and you know it's crazy. Tio did that to himself too because before he did that comment about Puerto Ricans in New York were really back on his play heavy. Because remember,
But
we ain't really had no Puerto Rican fighter out here for a minute. So he was the closest thing. The fact that he fought in New York City, the Puerto Ricans was rocking with Tio crazy. But then when he made that remark, a lot of them got turned. Even in Philly, a lot of Puerto Ricans in Philly don't fuck with Tio neither.
nobody don't fuck with him.
Some do,
Nobody in
not
Philly
all.
fuck with him. But me,
Huh? Yeah,
said
you. That's it.
nobody in Philly
Like
fuck
my
with him
little
but
cousin,
me.
like no. My little cousin like Tio too. My little cousin
But
he like
me and your
he
cousin,
fuck
only
with Tio a
nigga
lot.
like Tio in Philly. Nobody like that nigga.
Nah.
Niggas choosing Rohan Polanco and Sedende than before him. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah, but you know,
He's
like
the
I
Andy
said,
Cruz. Niggas claiming Andy Cruz over here. You know what I mean? But Tio, that comment was crazy, man. Then he started being sarcastic about a lot of shit. When people
that's what
took
I'm
it
saying.
away from
Yeah.
the situation. You know?
He shouldn't have went that route, bro. He shouldn't have went that route. But
With those two, like because blacks and Puerto Ricans the same people to me. So playing with those two, being racist towards them two that have so much pride. Look what happened.
and guess what? He got beat, but he got beat by a half and half.
Yeah, that's what I said. You know how everybody was so fucking happy? Imagine Boots and Bud. Boots and Bud would have probably smoked him in the game, bro.
Boots would have stopped him, bro. And I've been said it.
Bud would have stopped. Remember, he wanted to fight both of them. Those niggas.
And I believe he would. And I believe it wasn't Cap. I believe he would have fought them, but I believe he would have.
Another thing you need to understand though, because Shakur beat him doesn't mean somebody else can beat him.
That's what I said. Like, so somebody gonna go in there and think it's sweet. Somebody gonna get fucked up, and Teal's gonna be right back on top.
And you don't want to be the fighter when he's coming back.
Nah, because one thing Teal's done this before. At least Teal's shown that he can come back from the loss.
This will make you a great bouncing back after you left.
But don't get me wrong.
Bouncing back off. And we see
this loss is going to be harder to bounce back off, though. It's going to be harder because with the Kambosos loss, he knows for one, he had issues going into that fight, and two, he knows that fight was dead close. This is a fight where he was dominating. Huh?
Project Beamer, my guy PD said, because Rolly stayed ducking Devin. I mean, because he said, why Dev never called Rolly out? Or Rolly never called Devin out.
Rolly don't want no smoke with Devin. I'm not even a Devin fan, but I got to give Devin credit. I got to give Devin his credit. The Debo name and all that shit is funny. He earned that name, bro, because he really be out there trying to fight shit. I got to give it to Devin on that.
We can't do that. We can't do that. Because niggas talking about Boots ducking when that shit never was true. The nigga Itch Henson sent the contract to Devin Haney for 152. Dan said, I never had a fight at 147. So Ish checked him and said, well, the catch weight at 144 with Jose Ramirez was counted as a welterweight fight, bro. So, this was moving up. So, since you did a catch weight right there, we can do one at 152. And
that's still welterweight, bro. That's still welterweight. Because if you look at the fights in the past, Pernell Whitaker was at welterweight. He was weighing
welterweight. You know where we come from. It was 8 weight divisions. So 140, 147, 154 was welterweight to us. You feel me? Remember, it was only 8 weight divisions when we was growing up. So
when I was a kid, I watched the HBO fight. I was in Philly. I was out there for my uncle Richie Burgos. He passed away. This was 1990, right? He had a house.
Coco?
No, Richie Burgos. That was my uncle that passed away years ago. And he had a house right there on Front Street or something. Front of Somerset.
Yeah, nigga, that's where I'm from. That's why I know I seen before, yo.
My uncle had a house there, so we was there after the burial. We stood in his house, and I was a little kid. I was with all his friends. We was in the crowd watching old HBO fight. It was Pernell Whitaker against Jorge Paez. It was live on HBO. We was watching that joint, and I remember that shit. Pernell Whitaker.
If you ever came down on the block, we was the kids that was out there trapping, robbing, doing all that shit. That was us. That was me and my nigga.
It was crazy out there back in the day.
I'm right there in Somerset. You feel me?
So you remember Kelly's Corner?
Remember Kelly's Corner, the big ass snake in the back?
Yeah.
Tight down they had and shit.
Yep. I used to go over there. I used to buy
the used to cut hair. They used to be sharp too. Remember that shit used to be different, bro. Man, remember how the L used to look the old way when you used to go in both sides? That shit used to like some New York type shit.
Bro, I remember when I first went out there, right? Coming from New York, it was different for me because in New York, people where I'm from in New York, we didn't have houses with backyards and all that shit. We were from the projects. So I go out there in my grandmother's house. My grandmother lived in Cumberland, right? And my grandmother came from Puerto Rico. So she was still living like she was from Puerto Rico. She had the backyards. She used to raise chickens. She used to raise vegetables back there, whatever, and all that. Because you know how it is over. Everybody had the chickens and shit with that. My grandmother used to kill the chickens and make the soup with that, rice and beans. So I'm in the backyard and I come outside with the fire hose. I'm wetting up the whole fucking block. I come outside, yo, what are you doing? I was like 3 years old. That was new to me. That for me, going to Philly was like vacation. This is, even though it was a hill, but I'm a little kid. I'm running around. I'm outside. All my little friends that I met out there, they all riding bikes heavy. So I remember I was chilling with these twins. They were twin brothers, Pedro and Andy. And They were riding around on a bike, and I wanted to ride with them on the bike, but I didn't have a bike. So one of their boys, I think his name was Quito, he couldn't come outside. He got punished with him. So Pedro was like, "I'm gonna get you his bike." So they went and then they climbed over this gate, not broke the gate, but they snuck into his backyard, whatever. Took the bike out. He was like, "Yo, just make sure you bring the bike at the end of the day, whatever." So we was just riding all over the city on regular bikes back in the day.
Yeah,
So Philly always been like my second home. You know what I mean?
man.
Always.
Back then was live. But we game all night said something about T.O. that he need 2 tune-ups coming back, and one of them got to be a KO win. Do you believe
I don't
that?
think two. I don't think two tune-ups. I think if he's gonna have a listen, there's no tune-ups like this because niggas ain't paying for tune-ups. The closest thing to a tune-up would be a
Cambodia.
Cambosos fight. That's a tune-up. Because Brian Norman is not a tune-up. That's still a
Yeah.
dangerous fucking fight. Even Liam Pyro is a dangerous fight. So Cambosos will be a tune-up for Tito, but it's a dangerous tune-up because he's a tune-up that beat him before, so he got to go in there right. But it's a good motivational thing because if he go in there and get over that hump, even though I'm sure he did, because he already redeemed himself, that'll be a solid win. He just gotta knock him out better than Hitchens did.
Now, I'm gonna be real. If T.O. come back and he stay at 140, take the Cambosos fight. I rather him get his leg back. No, Hitchens did it. You feel me? Even though Hitchens stopped him. Hopefully Theo can get an early one. You feel me? Just by getting his leg back. If he
Yeah,
comes back in that tight time, but if you move up, hey, you got to go straight into the final.
if he fight Cambosos, it don't have to be at 140 neither. Let's say if he wants to go to one to welterweight, that could be like, listen, we could meet in between. We
So
could
let's
we could meet at 143, 144.
let's say he needs a winnable fight, not a legacy fight. He needs a winnable fight. That's man, Cambosos would be a winnable fight. But listen,
Yeah,
all right. Hey, no, Tio was not signed to Top Rank no more, right?
yeah, he is. He is, but they don't have no network. But he is. So top rank lets him do what he do because they're still gonna get their 20%.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, let's say if he do move up over there in Top Rank, at 147 they got Rohan Blanco, right?
He ain't not.
Um,
That's not. That don't make no sense for him. Now that we're not fighting no prospects.
That's too early.
Brian Norman is the one that makes sense at top rank. Brian Norman, the former world champion. You want to, and it's a good opportunity for him because even though he was beaten by Devin, Teal can go in there and try to beat him even better. If Teal beats him 12, no, 12 to zip, because Devin ain't win. I don't care what anybody say. Devin won that fight, but the thing about Devin Haney, what I noticed, he
He
does
cruised
enough
the
to win
whole fight.
early.
After that
He
knockdown, he started
cruises.
drinking.
Bro, how the fuck you only landed 70 punches, bro? Back in the day, the slick boxers back in the day, they were fucking landing 200 punches. They were like beating the shit out of you. Like Pernell Whitaker, Floyd Mayweather. Them dudes was out boxing you. They're gonna do enough to beat you. He'll get your respect with a little power early, and then he'll just hit you in the hole the rest of the night. He don't fight the full 12 rounds if you watch him carefully, bro.
Facts. Facts.
He dropped
And the
Brian
crazy thing
Norman.
about that fight, hey, Lo, if Devin would have never dropped Brian Norman, how would you score that fight?
I still had it. I had it 8-4 for Devin. It wasn't a
You got to
whitewash.
take it from the chat. To me, I just said that's to you. That was 8-4 to you. No, that's your card. Me personally, you got to take it from the chat, and he ain't doing enough. All he
Brian
did
Norman
was
was coming
I'm
on
giving
8.
you credit on two things. Once he got that knockdown, he went on cruise control. Jab, jab. That overhand was deadly, but he kept clinching. He kept holding. Jab, jab, hold. Everything he did, he kept clinching. Norman came back strong, and I always stated that. I said in
He
the
did come
first half
back
of
strong.
the
He
fight,
did. The late round, he came back strong, but it was too late.
kind of chinny. But we know Devin become chinny in the second half of the fight. Why? Because Ryan tested his waters. Even
Yeah.
when Jorge Linares hit him, that shit was like in the 10th round, 11th round at the time. Gave him the stinky leg, and Ryan came in, got him in the 7th. Know what I mean?
Like I
Hey,
said, Brian Norman's a good fight for Tio, but Tio got to fight him smart. He cannot fight him the way he fought Claggett with his back on the ropes.
yeah. I like Claggett, though. I like Claggett. I be watching
Claggett is
Iron
tough.
Tiger promotion. Claggett a fucking monster. And a lot of his fights he lost that went the distance was fights like how he fought Tio. Some was robberies, bro. Steve Claggett, he a dog, bro. He a dog. But I'm hearing Robert Garcia trying to get Raymond Mortalia and Zapata in California. He trying to make that situation happen.
You're welcome.
You know,
Like I said, Robert Garcia would be perfect for Teal because think about the kind of work he would get there. Think about the sparring. You could even get work with Bam, even though Bam is smaller than you, whatever. Because Bam is good work. Bam is small, he's fast, he got footwork. You got guys like Bam he can get work with. He can get work with Virgil Ortiz. If him and Duartez are not in the same division, he can get work with Duartez. Like Robert Garcia got some real guys in that camp that can give Teal some real good sparring, elite level sparring. And once again, one thing I know about Robert Garcia, he's good at teaching you how to jab. Because remember when he had Marcus Maidana, right? Marcus Maidana was always awkward, but he was bad fundamentally. When Robert got him, he had that nigga using the jab. One minute Maidana would come out with fundamentals using the jab, and then the next minute he would just explode with that wild shit. And that's what made him dangerous. So Tio was using his jab well when he fought Barbosa. But once again, when he fought Shakur, he wasn't doing it. He's supposed to do things like when Floyd fought Zab Judah. He was walking him down with the high guard. You don't sit there with your lead hand low like that against a southpaw, bro.
yeah.
And with Robert Garcia, he's gonna have to make a move to the West Coast as well. Because Robert ain't going to you. You got to go to him. You know what I mean?
That's true. But that'll make sense for him though. That'll make a lot of sense for motherfucking Tio to go over there. Especially Robert the training.
And he controls Spanish too, so that's good communication with him. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Yo,
Yeah,
what happened to H Money? H Money shut his channel down.
I ain't see H in a while, man. I've been hitting this shit up. Everything. I don't know. I hope the nigga cool.
I hope he's alright, cause bro, that nigga he hasn't done no videos or nothing, and he was heavy on
live, ain't sending no link, no nothing. I'm like, damn, what my nigga do?
Yeah, he hasn't made a video or nothing. I hope he alright, you know what I mean?
Yeah, even them niggas in Ohio, like Green, Control, ain't none of them niggas hop on my live or nothing. Nah, man, I ain't seen
he hasn't done a live himself. He hasn't done a live either.
Yeah, for a while. Last time I seen him, we was on Cigar Talk on Najee Jones. I just seen him in the post. I just was getting off the live with Najee and shit.
Yeah, you mentioned Eric Kelly. Eric Kelly cool as shit, man.
Yeah, Eric Kelly, cool. I fuck with Eric Kelly.
I'll be on his Instagram live a lot. Whenever he be going live, I'll be on that shit talking to him and shit.
Yeah. He can run,
man. He a cool nigga in person too. He a cool ass dude, bro.
Yeah, he can run, boy. I used to like him back then. I used to watch his fights. He remember the boy David Reed from Philly?
Of course. Yeah, he had that same eye, that droopy eye.
Yeah, fucking eye, man.
It's crazy because I was telling
people both of those fighters up.
I was telling people Tito that is the only fighter to defeat United States gold medalist, if I'm not correct, right? Nobody else. That's what I know.
Yeah.
Gold medalist for the U.S. Let me think. Who done it? Let me see.
I think Tito was the only one, right?
I think I know Tito beat David Reed, he beat Oscar, he beat Fennell. I'm trying to think of somebody else that beat three of them. Gold medalists.
I don't know.
Wait. Muhammad Ali beat. What's going on, man? Ali beat. What's going on? Ali beat Foreman. He was a gold medalist, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who else did he beat that was a gold medalist? Leon Spinks was a gold medalist.
Was Leon a gold medalist?
I believe so. Oh,
well, fuck it. We're going to say Leon was a gold medalist. All right, so that's two.
He must have, because Leon Spinks, dog, they moved that nigga up after 7 fights. He had to be a gold medalist.
So we're going to say two.
I don't know about Sonny Liston. Joe Frazier was a gold medalist or no?
No, I don't know.
I gotta find out. I gotta see who else, man. If anybody else done that, 3 gold medalists, Olympic gold medalists from the United States.
Now we know Tito did it.
I think Lennox Lewis did it. Lennox Lewis beat Henry Tillman, right? Henry Tillman was a gold medalist. He
Okay.
also beat Ray Mercer. Ray Mercer was a gold medalist.
Yeah, I think Lennox
And
probably did it first. I think Lennox did it first.
yo, Lennox, if you think about it, bro, Lennox's resume was crazy. A lot of niggas don't know because me personally, I got Lennox number
Heavyweight.
three, number three, number four. Think about the resume he had, bro. Think about it.
Right.
This,
That's my favorite heavyweight.
I'm gonna name you the niggas he beat. Razor Ruddock, right? He
Mm-hmm.
beat he beat Holyfield. He beat Tyson. We all know that. He beat Frank Bruno. He
Mm-hmm.
beat he beat Tony Tucker. He beat Klitschko. He beat
Mm-hmm.
Shannon Briggs. He beat David Tua. He beat Andrew Galata. He beat
Rockman.
Rockman. He beat Oliver McCall. He beat Michael Grant never became a champion, but they were hyping him up at the time. He was a pivotal
All heavy
prospect.
though. All heavy.
Yo, his resume is crazy, bro.
All heavy. That boy resume is heavy.
Think about it. That shit goes two different eras. His joint went
Yeah.
all the way into the Klitschko era and beat Klitschko as an older fighter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lennox resume, he beat Tommy Morrison, the Duke, Tommy Morrison. Nah, you
That
can't
nigga,
play with Lennox's resume. Lennox
Lennox
Lewis'
is
resume is retarded, bro.
big. What you think about this All Star? This All Star weekend?
What about it?
You want to watch the dunk contest? That's the only thing I want to see. The dunk contest. I hope these niggas do
I,
some good dunk.
I don't really watch basketball. Only sports I'm into is baseball and boxing and a little bit of football. But it's funny because my sports, right? When it comes to football, I'm with the Eagles. When
Hey,
it comes to baseball, I'm with the Mets.
mm, hey, good, two
Yo,
good
when I
teams.
when I went out there to for the first time I saw Boots fight live, I went there for when he fought David Avanesian. Then I went there for the rematch with Karen. For the David Avanesian fight, me and my old head Butch, we went out there and we was pre-gaming at this spot connected to the stadium called Xfinity
Yeah,
Live.
yeah,
You
yeah,
heard,
yeah, yeah. Xfinity Live, yeah.
bro,
That's
that
on
joint was
the right.
crazy. There was nothing but pure yo dog. And nigga, I'm an old man, nigga. I'm in my 40s. I'm in there with fucking 21-year-old, 22-year-old white girls. They were all on my body heavy. They were all over. They were jumping on the mechanical bull. Yo, bro, that spot is official, nigga.
It's gonna be popping over there.
Yeah, be popping. Especially during baseball season.
What?
During baseball season the most. Cause remember that
I
joint is
heard, I
connected
heard.
to
'Cause I never went to one like my like one of my cousins. Like when he be over there sometimes, or not, he'd be around there. Like whatever he do, what he do. I pull up on him before I was on this shit. Pull up on him during baseball season. And yo, nigga, you gotta come over here, bro. You gotta come.
baseball season the
Tell
best
me
time
about
because
this
that's
fight. You crazy.
that's what all the Blanquitas be inside there doing baseball season. They was all there with their Philly jerseys. And we was there just chilling because we had went to go eat at a cheesesteak spot. And then we went there to go pregame. You know what I mean? This was the summertime. When he fought Karen, that was in the summertime.
Mm-hmm.
Not Karen, not Karen, Avanesian. And then we
Avenue
went back. Yeah, and then I went back again, but it was the winter time. We went there when he
right?
fought when he
When he fought Cameron was the winner, right?
Yeah, it was the winter when he fought Karen. We went inside Xfinity. It wasn't the same though. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Baseball season was already over. It was a different crowd in there. It wasn't like before. But when I went there doing baseball season, when he fought Avanesian, that joint was lit.
Remember, he was supposed to fight Cody Crowley, but Cody Crowley eyes got fucked up, so Amnesia came in. Because when I went to,
Yep.
because I went to that same fight. That's how I should have got that fucking interview from Abdullah Mason. Because soon I walked to my seat, bro. You know how you walk to your seat? I walked through the entrance to go make a right to my seat. I see Abdullah Mason dad and brother. So when I look, I'm like, damn, I knew that guy from somewhere. I seen him from somewhere. And then soon I walked to my seat, I turned left. The boy was like, yo, Dula, what you think? And when I look, I'm like, oh shit, look at the Mason brothers. And then you seen Eddie Hearn and them, he sent some people up to grab them and move them to the ring and shit. I was like, wow, these niggas all I should have got that interview and picture, bro.
When I
Damn.
went there, for the Avenue, not the Avenesian fight for the what's the nigga name again? Karen, the Karen Cool, the Karen fight rematch. I got a chance to flick up with Angel Garcia. Angel Garcia mad familiar with me because I ran into Angel a lot of times. First
Yeah.
time I met Angel Garcia was I went to the Barkley when Victor Ortiz fought against Louis Collazo. Remember that?
Damn.
And I met Angel Garcia there. You know what I mean? And then the
Yo.
second time I ran into Angel Garcia, I went to Max's. I brought one of my people from New York to Max's. He wanted to get a cheesesteak. And he was like, yo, I want to get a haircut before I go. I said, nigga, you want to get a haircut? Nigga, I'm going to take you to Danny Garcia's barbershop. But you gotta call them and you got to make an appointment. So we went out there, went inside Danny's barbershop. So, we chopping it up with the barber or whatever. And he's like, yo, Danny's next door right now at the gym, whatever. I'm going to see if I can get you in after your man get a cut. I'm like, bet. So he brought us next door. There was a security guard. Danny was training for Lamar Peterson at the time. This was 2015, right? I think it was 15 or 13. He was
Yeah, the
training for
man.
he was training for Lamar Peterson. So the security guard said you can't come in unless you're a member of the gym. Angel recognized me. He said, no, they good. So we came inside, whatever, and we took a pic with Danny and shit. And we was talking with Angel. Angel, man, cool, bro. And then I come to find out, Danny fuck with my little cousin Heavy, man. He fuck with E Heavy. I'm like, damn, I could have been up in that gym all the time, but I would love to go over there and do some content, try to get some interview over at Danny's gym, man.
Yo, listen, just coming over here in general, just popping up at any gym is live. Cause that's what I'm gonna do. Like when I get off this shit, like I'm just
What
popping
gym
up
you go to out there?
get off work, go over there for an hour, come back, go back to work, do the same. That's what I'm gonna be doing. I mean,
What gyms you be going to out there, Ryan? What gyms you be at?
yeah, I'm going to every joint. I mean, but right now I probably pulled up in my people's joint, but I'm going to every joint.
What gym is this one?
365 fitness.
That's the name of the
Lord,
gym?
man. Yeah, it's on Fifth and Birch.
Okay.
That's where Greg Hackett and them be at all the time. In that gym. That's my people's
I went
joint.
to Greg I went to Greg Hackett's first gym, Philly 1-on-1.
Yeah.
I've been
Yeah,
there before.
yeah, they used to, that's if I'm not mistaken was Frankfurt and shit. But yeah, the joint Greg being right now and shit, that's for my son train. That's my cousins and shit joint.
And then,
Like marriage and shit. Yeah.
and then I've been
Yeah,
to
we been
Bosey's a couple
down.
times.
Yeah, we need your shit. We're going border wars. But yeah, but maybe I'm popping up on every gym. But I'm gonna hit Pooh in and stuff because he be doing classes like 2-3 times a week.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go do that shit when I get off. You know what I mean? I think it's like $75 a week, some shit like that. I'm gonna go here, do some shit with Pooh. You know what I mean? But I'm an axe though. You feel me? But my main goal is, go to the amateurs, these up and coming fighters, niggas turning pros. I'm interviewing them. Everybody up on the come up. You know what I mean?
That, that's what I
If
do
I can
too, bro.
land,
Like, I got a good rapport with the nigga named Showtime.
yeah,
Alex
I like
Jesus.
his suit. I like
That's
him a
my nigga
lot.
right there. Yeah,
Beast, a beast. He about to take over.
he
A
be
beast.
he be running down on fighters too. Like, he want to work.
Yeah,
He just had like one fight, you know what I mean? But he got a lot of talent though, bro. He got a
nice.
lot of
If I'm
talent.
not mistaken, ain't what you call it, Zab Jew the father training him?
Yeah, you're well training. Yep. And my other boy too, Kobe Williams.
Yeah. Yeah, he got a little team though. Alex got a little team. The little team, like the 3-4 dudes he be with, they can rumble. I be watching him.
Yeah.
No, cause I be thinking, my last name De Jesus. You know what I mean? And I got a big
I
ass
was
family out there, in New
I
York
was in
and
the
shit.
gym
We
with the
got the
nigga when he
Jesus
was
and LPs and shit.
sparring with Junkyard Dog from Philly. Boy,
Yeah,
that nigga.
D.
I was Yeah, I was in the gym when that shit happened. I was actually holding the camera. I was recording that shit because JYD was there. I want you to record this for me so I can put it on my Twitch. I'm like, all right, I'll do that. You know what I mean? That was some
Yeah,
good ass work too. They got some good work in that day.
yeah. But yeah, I got a big family out there, John.
Yeah, man. But say no more, man. I'm gonna get off right now. Once again, man. But once again, pleasure to be on the platform, my nigga.
I appreciate
We'll
it,
chop it
bro.
up again, definitely.
Yeah, anytime, man. When you go live, man, just send me the link. Text me, send me the link.
Say
You
no
heard?
more.
All
All
right,
right.
got you. One.
One.
Hey, we game all night. Yeah, we gonna stick to that. It's money in that. That's why we calling out Aiden Ross. We got Aiden Ross be throwing on his. I was gonna ask if you was related to him. I don't know. I got a big family in New York. Know what I mean? The nigga look like us. Know what I mean? I gotta see his family, you know what I mean? Like his parents or like his aunts and stuff, you know? Once I see them motherfuckers, it's like, they gonna know because my dad, you know what I mean? But yeah, yeah, Alex De Jesus. I mean, young boy nice too. He can rumble. He nice. You know what I mean? But when I seen him, I'm like, cause when I first seen him, I just look, I said, yo, that motherfucker look like us. This nigga related to us, you know? But I got a big family out that motherfucker, you know? I wouldn't be surprised that boy related to me. Shit, Carmelo Anthony related to me, you know? Carmelo had Regan and shit. He related to me, Blood, hey, nigga never came through though. He dig ski. Oh, cuzzo, you dig me? But yeah, man, today was a great show, man. Shout out to the broski, low nose boxing, pulling up, man. I mean, it's always an honor, a pure honor to have him pull up. It's always a pure honor to have everybody pull up, even in the chat. Shout out We Game All Night. Shout out Herb Legend. The gang pulling up. Shout out Beach. You already know what it is, G. Shout out Beamer, Project Beamers. You know what I mean? PB. That's my guy. Shout out everybody that pulled up. It's always an honor. You did. And shout out my co-host Santos Boxing. Shout out Frontline. Them brothers at work right now, getting that motherfucking money. As they should. Today some fights today that's happening. Tomorrow Zuffa card. Hey, it is what it is. Oh yeah, hey, we game all night. They forgot to bring it up, but tomorrow I go on my pass. I got the joint. You feel me? So yeah, we lit. We lit. If I'm not mistaken, it's an Oculus, so I don't really know shit about VR. I just put that shit on, charge it up, put it on, and just I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But my kids, they got me and shit. But yeah, they always tuned in. I'm trying to get all the kids around here, to tune in more to your channel and watch. What my kids already watching. We pushing it, man. I'm pushing it, man. That's all the motherfucker can do. You know what I mean? Now I'll probably stay on for a little bit longer. You know what I mean? Charge the phone up. I gotta start doing this shit on my laptop, but I don't be since I just use my laptop now because I don't really know too much about certain tech. I just know how to record, turn that bitch on, record, make beats, certain shit. But back then when I used to run it with problems and RAMs and shit, I just don't know too much. Especially buying the motherfucker. How you buy a terabyte, but instead of me buying the drive and shit, I just purchased it online. You know, and even though I got a lot of space, but I don't really know too much because that shit's still running slow. Nah, man, that shit's still running slow. But back then, when I used to be in the game and shit, I used to have a customer used to fix RAMs and shit. That's the same nigga. Shout out John and shout out damn, what's this fucking A&R bitch name? Because I never knew what an A&R was. Angela. That's her name. I never knew what an A&R was at the time. So it's artists and relations, some shit like that. Well, I don't know what it was at the time. So I thought by being an A&R for Def Jam, she was gonna get me signed. You feel me? So I was giving them all my music at the time. Next thing you know, this all I met John 2008. So let's say 2009, 2010. Listen to me, y'all. I got some old ass music. I can post it up. You feel me? You can go back and listen to my old songs. But at this time, right, I'm gonna spit a verse how I used to rap, right? Yeah, I'm gonna get back to boxing, y'all. I'm gonna get back to boxing, but I'm gonna tell you this story, which I should tell it on my other channel, but I'm gonna tell it here. I used to have this customer when I was in the game. He had a friend. You know, she was on heavy drugs at the time. She was an A&R for Def Jam. I don't give a fuck, bitch. Y'all stole my slang. Y'all stole my music. You stole my flow. Fuck that shit. I gotta let people know you stole my shit. So around 2009, 2008ish, 2009, I met these people, and I never knew what an A&R was. You feel me? But an intern A&R. So I was giving them my music, and every time they see me, like, yo, you got some new music? You got some new music? I'm like, yeah, bitch, I got all the music you need. You gonna get me a deal? Know what I mean? So I'm thinking Def Jam. So one time, Fab had a show out Atlantic City. She called me, yo, can you make it out Atlantic City? We go out there, do like a little show shit. Bam. The second time we tried to do it, she told me no. You feel me? I'm on my way to go. So we in the bridge, we had to turn back. So me and my cousins and shit, we turned back. Make a long story short and a short story even more shorter, right? The bitch was giving my music. They take the music, listen, not knowing that ain't none of my shit registered, but it's still copywritten because I recorded it. But people don't know me. Nobody don't know. Next thing you know, my slogan was nice. 2009, going into 2010, you started hearing a certain rapper started saying nice. That's one rapper. The second rapper, all you got to do, go back and listen to they flow here, and then listen to they flow now. And I'm gonna get to that person, right? I want you to go listen to Triller. Then I want you to start listening to. Or you can listen to Deeper Than Rap, but I want you to start listening to Teflon Don. Now hear the verse. This is the music I said. Now I want you to hear it. Listen to my flow. She said she love me, but she love me not. She love my money, house, and my hard time. She parking lot pimp. Her friends say she something like him. I tell concrete when our eyes meet, I feel your soul. Is you kidding me? Bad chemistry. Look at streets. She look at me. She see the feet. Prada strip. I spit that hottest shit. You get not a bitch. I'm so out of it. You see the game been mine. We been together 10 times. No Chris, no wine. Next thing you know, you just started hearing Rick Ross rap like that. I'm just saying though, what a coincidence, right? What a coincidence. I'm just saying though, I'm telling you my story, my life, the shit that happened to me, and and at that time, what I learned, what an intern was, what an intern A&R was. Bitch, you're not really doing nothing. You just grabbing music, and you ain't really trying to scout nothing, which I thought you was scouting me, and I thought you was gonna get me a deal and all that shit, and you had my hopes up high. You feel me? But at the end of the day, it shows that people still listen, and that's one thing I learned, that my shit got to be fire if you can steal my shit. Now I mean, you can take my slogan, you can take my motherfucking flow. Now I mean, and that's what a lot of these artists do, and that's what an artist is. Now I mean, a rapper or MC is a person that write their shit, you know. But a artist, an artist is just gonna produce what's presented in front of them. That's what an artist is. They're gonna produce whatever is presented in front of them. You know, if it's a Broadway play that's scripted and you got to read the script, you know, if it's me writing, or any of us writing anything, they're going to perform it to the best of their ability. That's why, a lot of people get reference tracks, and the reference track is, for you to sound like that. So you learn this, and once you learn this, you just go in the booth and just rap it the same way I wrote it and the same way I sound. That's what majority of these reference tracks be. A person just copying, and that's how I felt that happened to me. But one thing about me, baby, I got the proof. I got the motherfucking proof. You know. But today, it was a great show, man. A great show all around, man. Shout out everybody that pulled up. Shout out to the brother Low Nose Boxing. You hear me? Hey Low, I told you, broski, you famous out this joint, man. Everybody know you, man. Everybody know you, man. But shout out everybody, man. Shout out to the fan, man. You got the freaky day today. The freak ball day. But I just dropped the joint yesterday, St. Valentine's Dope. Go check that out on Louis 13. Only on YouTube Music, go run that shit up. 12 skinny still out. We at 400. Get that shit to 1,000, man. At least get every song I got out to 1,000, please, man. And listen, man. I can't do nothing, even though we being zapped. Hey, you know what's cooking, right? Even though they keep zapping me and shit. But Facebook, we still doing great numbers on Facebook. The numbers is even growing on Facebook. And shout out to everybody that's on Facebook watching. I appreciate you. Shout out to the Facebook family, the All Facts, No Opinions Sport Podcast Facebook family. I mean? I appreciate y'all dearly. Shout out to Facebook in general. I mean? I'm about to take over the boxing game on Facebook, and just like I'm about to do on YouTube. You feel me? Damn, just stop zapping YouTube, man. You know what I mean? I got over 12,000 subscribers, man. I do 1,000,000 views a motherfucking month over that. Like, come on, man. Send out the notifications. Nobody getting the notifications, Um, when I go on YouTube studios and go to inspiration, AI tell me I'm the shit. You feel me? They say people love what you're speaking about, because you're not hiding nothing. You're telling the truth, and I'm not gonna hide nothing. You feel me? I'm gonna give you both sides. So, that's what All Facts, No Opinion Sport Podcast is about. But at the end of the day, it's your facts. What you see with your eyes, I'm gonna let you tell your story. And it's a fact, because once you speak, people gonna be like, yeah, I seen that in the fight, or I seen him throw the ball, or I seen the running back running, but I seen his own fucking teammate tackled him. Like shit like that. You feel me? So, hey, I can't tell you what you see. You feel me? And I'm gonna let you cook on that situation. But yes, y'all all welcome, man. Y'all all welcome. The link will always be in the chat. Just hit that motherfucker and pull up and cook. I'm gonna let you cook. You feel me? Shout out my guy H Money, man. I don't know where the fuck H Money at, but free H Money if he booked. Shout out my nigga H Money. You know what I mean? Damn, H, get at me, man. Get at me. But yeah, I'm about to get up on out of here, man. It's about that time. About to go ahead and record some music real fast. But yes, y'all, yes. No, if you into gaming, please, please, please go to We Game All Night and We Game All Night VR. Hit that subscribe button. Come tune in, come check us out. Listen, man. Listen, my brother this shit with this joint, man. I watch a lot of people because I watch it with my kids. You hear me? And I be mad as shit. But this brother right here, I'm trying to tell you, is safe. Not me. You ain't got to worry about none of that crazy shit. You feel me? This brother shit right here is the truth. My kids love it. My kids tuned in every day. They tuning their friends in. They tuning a lot of people in. And yeah, we about to be over here and start cooking in the gaming situation, man. You feel me? And this is the fact, y'all. This is the fact. This shit. Listen, I be tuned in. I watch it. Know what I mean? Shout out the Frontline, my brother Frontline. Know what I mean? Go holler at Frontline every day, 7:30. You know what I mean? Over there at round one. You already know my youngin, Santos Boxing. You hear me? Y'all already know. Know what I mean? That's why I'm here. I gotta hold it down for us. 0.5 coming. And yeah, no, welcome to the family, man. OT Boxing, man. Go watch his breakdowns, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, man, that boy film, how he study film and break it down. Listen, man, go over there, tune in. But besides that, I'm up on out of here. Hey, we game all night. I'm gonna pull up on you. I'm up on out of here. And it's just like